Hello and welcome to the show. This is Andy Shed Live for Sunday the 19th of May 2024, and this is Series 15, episode number 15. Hello there everybody and welcome to the show once again. It is, as I say, Sunday the 19th of May, and it is the last one in the present series tonight. We're taking a short break, just for 2 or 3 weeks, but we are on next week, not on Sunday, but on Monday of next week, because next week, a week tomorrow, is Bank Holiday Monday, and we will be on for the Bank Holiday Monday, doing all kinds of weird and wonderful things, because we will be there for a special event coming to you live, hopefully, says he with his fingers crossed, from Blackpool. So hopefully you will be able to catch us live in Blackpool a week tomorrow, all being well. So don't miss that. It should be good. Right, I'm just trying to get now the chat up, so just bear with me one moment. Well, I've been having trouble with the audio tonight, so I'm just trying to get everything working the way it should. I'm trying to close that, I think, and leave that. That's it. Right, I think we've got it. I think we've got the chat now. So we've got Dominic here, Masquerading GWR King Class. We've got Christopher 2000 here. We've got Wesley here, and other various other people. I know Arthur is watching tonight. Hello, Arthur. He's watching, but he doesn't take part in the live chat thing. But I know he's watching because I had a message from him. So hi, Arthur. Good to know you're with us. Right, yes, as I say, it's the last of the Pelt series tonight. That doesn't necessarily mean much, though. It means we're going to be off for about 2 or maybe 3 weeks. But next week, a special from Blackpool. I'm hoping Gambo's going to be around later, because it involves him as well. But it also involves Dominic. For those of you who don't know, Dominic appears occasionally. He's done an Escape the Shed with us in the past. We're going to be filming some more Escape Sheds, hopefully, in Blackpool next Monday. But between the filming next Monday for the Escape the Sheds, we're going to do some live sequences. So, what I need you to do for next Monday, I need you to go to our YouTube page. Just search Andy Shed on YouTube. Go and find the Andy Shed YouTube page, and make sure you've got your notifications turned on YouTube, so that when we go live next Monday, because I don't know exactly what times we're going to do it, when we go live next Monday, you will get a ping, hopefully, from YouTube to say that we are live. I think the first one will be around about midday, and it will be next Monday, so a week tomorrow, and we are hoping, and as I say, fingers crossed, that we are going to be able to stream live from Blackpool. We've never done it before, so I'm hoping it's going to work. There are problems. There are historically problems with getting any kind of live broadcast back from Blackpool Promenade. The BBC have tried it many times with the illuminations. They've had trouble doing it. Radio stations have trouble doing it. I'm hoping we're not going to have trouble doing it. I know a lot of YouTubers have trouble doing it. One of the problems is there's not much signal of any kind on Blackpool Promenade because there's a big metal thing called Blackpool Tower that gets in the way and interferes with all the radio signals. That makes a broadcast from Blackpool particularly challenging technically, but we are hoping that we are going to be able to do it. If there's anything in Blackpool you particularly want us to do, or you particularly want us to see, and it's on public land, it has to be on public land, then let us know and we will try and do it next Monday. We will try and get there next Monday. So things we can't do: we can't go into the pleasure beach because that's on private land. We can't do a live from the tower because that's private land, and we can't do a live off the piers because they're private as well. But anywhere else we can, we should, anywhere else within reason, we should be able to do a live stream from, and we'll be able to sneak some recorded stuff up from other places. So yeah, if there's anything you particularly want to see us do in Blackpool week on Monday, let us know and get in touch. If you want to get in touch with us, the way to do it is to go to the website, which is here, andyshed.coldpress.net, and you'll find the contact us form on there. That is the simple way to get in touch with us. And if you like what we do, of course, and if you enjoy the thing that you see week on Monday, you might want to become a Patreon and help us out on Patreon, which the address for that is there. I know one or two of you do already. www.patreon.com/AndysShed. There you go. If I'm looking a bit like I'm covered in soot tonight, it's because I am. It's because I've been at a stationary engine rally today, and there were some steam engines there, and you get absolutely black from the steam engines. I've literally just come in from it and sat down. So hello to everybody who was at Heege Windmill earlier today. Right, what are people up to in the old chat tonight? Everybody's saying hello. Chris says, Andy, did you get the photos of my new Ericsson phone? I got and my air raid siren in email. I'm not sure actually, Christopher. I know I've had some photos, but I'm not sure which ones I've had and which ones I haven't now at the minute. I'll have a look in a minute. Yeah, so the Blackpool thing for next week, for those who are going, alright, message to Bills. If Bills is watching this, contact me, Bills. Leave a comment or something, or contact me, or ideally contacting me through the link on here, through the form on here on andyshed.coldpress.net, because I know you want to take part in the thing next week, Bills, and I got like a YouTube comment, but it wouldn't let me reply to it for some strange reason. It disappeared. But if you do want to take part in it, and this goes for anybody else that wants to come and see us in Blackpool, let us know that you want to come along on that link there, andyshed.coldpress.net. Fill in the contact form thing and just put us like a title, Blackpool or something like that, and then I will drop you an email all about it, and we will be there, as I say, hopefully from about lunchtime a week tomorrow, and we're going to be trying some new live streaming technology. Absolute bleeding edge technology, really is. If it works, it'll be amazing. It will be absolutely gobsmacking if it works. So we'll see. One of the things we've got to do to make that work, though, is got to update this computer here, and that's why we're not going to be on for a couple of weeks, because we've got to disassemble all this computer that normally does this live stream and rebuild it, and we've got to kind of do that before Blackpool next week, but then we might have to rebuild it again after that. Don't ask, just don't ask. It's complicated. All I can tell you is 50 years ago, when the BBC tried to do what we're going to try and do next week, they had to have 2 Blackpool trams specially converted and coupled together and full of kit just to get a black and white picture back. 2 trams specially converted and absolutely full of camera gear just to get a tiny black and white picture back. Live from Blackpool. We're going to be trying to do it in high definition, full colour, stereo next weekend. So yeah, and it goes in your pocket. That's how the technology has moved on. So yes, Dominic says, looking forward to it. I've sent an email with details about them and answering a few questions about meeting time and places. Yes, Dominic, I've got your email. I've been kind of waiting on a few things before I replied to it, just so I kind of knew what was going on. I'm hoping Gambo's going to appear on here in a bit. Dominic says, I also got in the post today some snippets of various 35mm original film projection prints. Snippets of 35mm original film projection prints. Wonder where they came from. They're always cutting bits out of films at cinemas. They're always chopping little bits out. You know, just a couple of frames here and a couple of frames there. It's quite common. There was a famous print of one of the Poltergeist films that the BBC had. Now, was it Poltergeist? Was it Poltergeist 2? Was it Poltergeist or was it Poltergeist 2? I can't remember which one it was. It was one of the two, and the BBC had this print. And this print had got a missing bit in the middle. And the film just jumps. It jumps like 2 or 3 scenes. It goes boom, boom, and there's just a huge missing chunk in the middle of it. And I don't know why. It's obviously a bad print that had a piece chopped out of the middle. And BBC just transmitted it, and they transmitted it twice, because when it was on again, I watched it again and it did it again, so they obviously haven't rectified it or watched it. But I can't remember which one it was, whether it was the original Poltergeist or it was Poltergeist 2. Don't think it was Poltergeist 3, because Poltergeist 3 is not very good. But it was either 1 or 2, and it just jumped. There were like 15 minutes just missing out the middle of it. Right, I'm just looking what everybody is up to in the old chat there. Yeah, I think we've got it up to date for now. Oh, by the way, next week when we're in Blackpool, we will probably be using the YouTube chat rather than the Odyssey chat. So you're best to connect to us via YouTube next week when we do the Blackpool special. There's various technical reasons for it. It's because the way the stream is getting to you, it's not going to be routed the same way that we route this Sunday night stream. Because it's going to be basically mobile, it's going to be coming to you using a whole different system. Whole different ball game it is, and it's technically challenging. I could do with somebody kind of behind the scenes sat at a computer all day just to sort the computers out if it all goes wrong, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury, so we need to try and set the computers so they all just run automatically, and that's a challenge that I've got to sort out this coming week. Talking of challenges, what has arrived recently? Oh, I've had a mystery package again. Every now and again, I get a mystery package, and I think I know who's responsible for these mystery packages, but I don't know if he wants to be named or not. But I think he might be watching tonight. So thank you for my mystery package, because he never puts a name or anything in the mystery packages. But every now and again I get a mystery package, and I got a mystery package the other day that had a telephone in it. So this arrived the other day. This is a what is it? This what do they call these ones? Come on, somebody tell me what they call these ones. I don't know what they actually call these. It's not an ambassador, is it? It's yeah. Come on, what is it? This. But yeah, it's interesting this, because it's a push button phone, but it is still pulse dialing. It is not tone dialing, because it's got no star and hash key on it. If you care to, hang on, there we go. Wrong camera. Somebody should have been saying wrong camera there. So yeah, we got this, which has got no star and hash key on it. So this came the other day, and amongst other things as well, we've made a discovery as well, because this came in the same package, the same mystery package, and what it is, this, if I can get a camera on it. It is actually bits of a phone dial, you see. But what's interesting is these little Durham Foods tubs that apparently Durham Foods make peas pudding in. A dial just fits nicely into them for safekeeping. So yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Right. Oh, bits of paper now. Yeah, so we've got all sorts of bits and pieces came in this mystery package. You see, including bell bits. You know, I don't think I've actually opened this one because it's still got sellotape on it. Sticky tape if you're American. So what have we got in here? Yeah, it's a ringer. It's a ringer. There you go. A 500 ohm ringer. So it's actually 1,000 ohms because the coils are in series. You can see the wire that jumps that one to that one. So when you connect it up into a phone, you connect onto that side of the coil, then it goes through this coil, out through this terminal here, across to this one, through this coil, then out through this terminal, which is connected to your phone. You sound like that. So that's a ringer with two 500 ohm coils. If it was a low impedance one, if it was one that's been put in since plug and socket, they would be 2,000 ohm coils, not 500 ohm coils. And when you've got the 500 ohm coils, of course, that is why we put in the 3.3 kilo ohm resistor in series with it. So thanks to our mystery sender of stuff for that. There were other things in it as well, but they were just two of the main things there. So the lighting's a bit funny tonight. It's because it's really bright outside and it's made the lighting go a bit funny. Oh, Gambo's here. It says, "Hi peeps, made it this week. Evening, Gambo. We were just talking about the plans for Blackpool next week. If you're still interested in going, Gambo, I will be sending out an email sort of probably tomorrow actually, with all the details of what's happening on. But we are thinking meeting up in Blackpool sometime between about 11 and 12 on a week tomorrow, which is Monday. So we're thinking of meeting up sometime in Blackpool between 11 and 12, possibly on North Shore somewhere. Possibly North Shore, Ginn Square, somewhere around about that area, if you know Blackpool at all. Because the reason being, I'm hoping it will be a little bit quieter there, because we're doing it on a bank holiday Monday, and in a way it's kind of the worst day we could possibly do it, but it's the only day that everybody could make it and stuff. So it could be a little chaotic, shall we say, but we'll see. We will see how it goes. For those who are interested in the trams in Blackpool and finding out what is happening with that, the new route to North Station will not be open. I know some people have said, "Are you going because they're opening the new route to North Station? Are you going to try and get on the first tram like you got on the first tram train?" And that. No. Basically, it's not opening. It'll be open a couple of weeks after we've been. I think it's opening on a Sunday, in actual fact. A couple of weeks after our trip next week. So middle of June, it should be opening. So we might do something later in the year about that. But yeah, it's looking like it might be a bit of a car crash, because I've seen a provisional timetable of what they're going to do when North Station opens, and it doesn't look good. Yeah, that's all I can say about it, really. Dominic says the former Blackpool Central, which is now a car park, might be a shout. I hear that for now you can see evidence of the old platforms in the tarmac. Not sure about Central. I think you can at South, but I'm not sure about Central. I'm not sure about that. I've heard there's something somewhere, and that there's all kinds of stuff left around Blackpool from years gone by. I mean, there was until very recently the site of the old Blundell Street tram depot that still had tram tracks in it, and that was being used as a car park. But they're now, guess what? They're building houses on that. But yeah, there's all kinds of stuff left behind in Blackpool. One thing I'd quite like to cover that I've never done before, but I know other people on YouTube and that who have covered it, is there's a shipwreck that you can walk to in Blackpool. There's a shipwreck on the beach, and that's one I'd quite like to do, simply because I've never done it before. But it depends what the tides are going to be like. I don't know what the tides are going to be doing. But yeah, we will have something about the trams on, and we will have something about the tower on and that. As I said, I'm hoping to record some Escape the Sheds as well. That'll be going out later after the event as well, while we're there. But if it's successful, this one, then I might do another one in the Illuminations and actually do a run through the Illuminations live, which I think would be quite good. Just trying to work out how we might do that. I know how I'd like to do it. I'd like to borrow a tram to do that, but the particular tram I'd like to borrow to do it isn't serviceable at the moment, because there's one particular tram car in Blackpool that I've got a bit of an age-old association with. Every time they've had a big anniversary or anything, I've been on the same tram for years and years and years, and and unfortunately at the moment it's not serviceable. It's sat in the depot at Rigby Road, which is a great shame, but that is ideal for doing the illuminations. Right, I'm just reading the chat and things as I'm going here. Gambo says, still up for it, looking forward to it. Chris says, I've sent you an email. I've also sent you an email with some old telecom equipment at Ararat Heritage Railway. Yeah, I've seen that one, Chris. I've just seen that one. I will get to them in a minute, I promise. Dominic says, I've tested my Marantz tape recorder and the original matching Marantz microphone supplied with it, and it's surprisingly good from tests. Probably good enough for PVR radio. Well, they're what they used to use, actually, Dominic. A lot of radio reporters used to use exactly that unit. It says the stereo station is quite good for a single mic too. Yeah, they're very good. Those Marantz decks are very good, but if ever it goes wrong, you've not got a hope of repairing it. Have you ever took it apart? Have you ever took the covers off? It's like crammed full of electronics. You've never seen so many electronic components crammed into such a small space. It's like they've got about half a dozen circuit boards and put them together and then gone and crammed them together to get them in the box. It's unbelievable inside one of those. I opened one up, because I've got one. I opened it up, it doesn't work, and I opened it up and thought, I'm not going to be able to repair this, and just quickly put it back together again. Yeah. Dominic said, luckily it was just belts to replace on mine. He says, but even that was a pain. Yeah, so you have opened it up then. You've seen what I mean about how much stuff there physically is in there. They really are a complicated piece of kit. I think we've had it on here. Have we had it on here in the past? A Marantz tape recorder. Have we done it on an Andy Shed Live? Has it been on an Andy Shed Live that in the past? Christopher will know. He remembers what we've done in the past. Christopher, have we had like a reporter's tape recorder, a Marantz tape cassette recorder on in the past in an episode? I can't remember. I seem to think we have, but it's a long time ago. Yeah, I've not got it to hand because, as I say, it's up in the loft somewhere because it doesn't work. And something else that doesn't work, but I've now sort of done some more work on it, but it still don't work, is this, which I've now kind of repolished the bits. If you remember when this arrived, this key and lamp unit, the case was in about 3 or 4 different pieces, and we've now put it together and kind of semi-polished it up again. I'll not say it's perfectly polished, but it's semi-polished up again. You can see the lighter coloured bits where we've done it. All the rest of the case needs colour matching with it. All the rest of the case needs restoring now to make it the same colour. But it's all in one piece now, so that is good. But unfortunately, somebody cut the wire. That is many cables. So I don't know if we'll ever be able to get that wired up again, but at least now it's in one piece as part of the collection. I shall stick it back down there before I drop it on my toes because it's heavy. Yeah. So yes, we've got all kinds of things at the minute, but so not done much with telephones just recently because we're trying to get PVR on air, the radio station. We're trying to get that going at the moment, and that is taking quite a bit of doing. Yeah, it's taking quite a bit of doing to get that going at the moment. But we are gradually getting there. We are gradually going somewhere with it, and hopefully we will have it up and running relatively soon. But at the moment now, it's all hands to the pumps to try and sort Blackpool out, because I've not been to Blackpool for a long time. Probably the break between when I last went and now is probably the longest I've ever gone not going, if you know what I mean. Because I normally go at least once a year, sometimes 3 or 4 times a year. But I don't think I've been since before COVID. When they did the upgrade of the tramway, it kind of lost a lot of its appeal, for reasons which will become obvious on Monday. You'll see some of the problems on Monday with what they've done to the tramway. And also you'll see some of the things where they could make it a lot better if they gave it a little bit of thought. So yeah, I'm hoping somebody at Blackpool Transport might watch on Monday. Yeah, but to be honest, I think they'll be doing their best ostrich impression. Sticking their head in the sand. Right, have we got anything else to show you today? I thought there was something else that arrived, but cannot for the life of me remember what. Right, yeah, right. We'll do the mail and that, because we have got some emails, some from Christopher and some from other places, to get through, so we will try and do that next. Bear with me a minute. Well, my computer is whirring into life with the email faster than a speeding tortoise. My computer comes to life. We'll get there eventually, says he, hopefully. Where are we? Where are we? Where are we? Right, I want to start with this from Fat Hobbit. I hope you're watching, Fat Hobbit. I know you only sent me this message a little while ago, and I hope you don't mind me including it on here, but I think it'll be of interest to people out there. Basically, Fat Hobbit got in touch. He said, "Hi Andy, sorry I haven't joined your live streams for a while. I found the Odyssey platform a little difficult to navigate." Odyssey has been playing up, Fat Hobbit, which is one of the reasons why next week on the Blackpool Live we want people to use the YouTube chat. It says, "I was recently lucky enough to win a bid on eBay for this Concorde Blue phone. Have you any views on how to restore it? I think it's Bakelite. Any comments from you would be welcome. I bid up to £100. Do you think I paid too much for it? Best regards, Fat Hobbit." Right, do you want to see what Fat Hobbit bought? Right, let's see if I can show you what Fat Hobbit bought. Yes, I can. Right, here's what Fat Hobbit paid £100 for on eBay. Right, say what you see, as if to sound catchphrase. Right, I'm waiting for somebody to type something in the chat now. Right, while I'm just letting that sink in, I'm just reading the chat. Then Dominic says, I'm still waiting for my driving test. I'll be coming to Blackpool by train. Gambo says, I'll be in my Ford Focus, Dominic, which I must hoover, I've just remembered. Gambo says, not sure if to bring my favourite telephones. Have you got any further with the red wall telephone, Andy? Yes, we're getting there, Gambo, with it. I have got it down here. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, Gambo says, no, I think you just see what Fat Albit's bought. Wesley says, it's about 10 years old, Max. Dominic says, I would get a refund, Fat Hobbit. And I'm afraid I agree with what the guys are saying there. But it's an easy mistake to make. First thing is, what rang a bell for me at first, and there's another picture of it here. What rang a bell for me at first, Fat Hobbit, with what you put in your message to me, was when you said it's Concord Blue and it's Bakelite. You can't get Concord Blue Bakelite. At least I've never seen any. And that's not Concord Blue. It's too dark to be Concord Blue, that. That is a modern telephone, and I think when you get it, I'm thinking you've probably not got it yet. These are probably the eBay photos, and I think it's probably not arrived with you yet. But when it arrives with you, you will find it is obviously not a 200 series phone. It will be quite obvious. B&Q sell these, and I think still do sell them. They are push button phone. I mean, they work okay. They're great as a modern phone. They do actually work, but they are very, very modern, and I mean very modern. Like, you could have bought that yesterday, and you wouldn't have paid anything like £100 for it to buy it new either. So somebody is a rip-off merchant. If they've been advertising that on eBay as being vintage, leave them very, very, very bad feedback. In fact, I would say don't just leave them bad feedback. I would say get in touch with eBay and say they have got a seller who has been openly fraudulent. Because if they've tried to pass that off as a vintage phone, that is quite simply fraud, because it is not. Bakelite only comes in a very limited number of colours, and they are always black or browns, basically. Sometimes mottled, sometimes you can get like a swirly effect in it, but basically Bakelite is always black or brown. You do not get bright colours in Bakelite, you do not get blue in Bakelite. It's all to do with how they used to make it. Remember, we're talking about very very early days of plastics and things, and they basically couldn't colour it. And when you get a Bakelite phone that is ivory, that is not actually made of Bakelite. And when you get a Bakelite phone that is red or green, they are actually made of Diacon, which is similar to Perspex. It's a similar thing to Perspex, Diacon, but very, very brittle. But yeah, that is just a modern plastic. When you get it and when you pick it up, you'll be able to tell immediately that that is not old. And it's push button, it's not even a dial, that's a fake dial. They are push buttons on it. But having said that, you're not the first person to make this mistake, and some of the trim phones that are modern of very, very close replicas, and you have to be really careful with trim phones, because I've almost bought trim phones before now that were modern. You have to be very careful what you're looking for, and that. But a good giveaway is a genuine old dial phone will never have a star and a hash key on it. A phone with a dial will never have a star and a hash key, because there is no way with pulse dialing to dial a star and a hash. It's only for tone dialing that. So I'm sorry, Fat Hobbit, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, it's about £30 worth, maybe £40 worth, brand new. Go to your local big B&Q, you'll see them on the shelf there together with others. So that, I'm afraid, is that. Right, who else have we got? Right, we've got Christopher, who sent us one or two things, including some old railway telephone equipment, but the trouble is the images are too big, so I can't show them. If you send me a picture, please don't send a picture that's more than 1,000 pixels wide. If you send a picture that's more than 1,000 pixels wide, it's very, very difficult to show straight off at the emails. But I can show you this bit of what Christopher sent. This is a phone at a preserved railway, I believe. Looks like a 706, but it's a wind-up version. But look at it close, look at the dial center, and it says ITI, Indian Telephone Industries. So that is not actually that old a phone, I don't think, because it's come from India, and I think they basically still make them in India. I mean, it's probably a few years old, because it's coming out of service and obviously ended up in a preserved railway in Australia. But yeah, that is an Indian version of a 706, and I think to be very different inside that. I will try and sort these pictures out so you can see them at some point, but they just come out way too big, and I've got no way easily of resizing them. I mean, there is that bit, that sort of switchboard thing with a clock in it as well. Thought that was quite interesting. Switchboard stroke clock. Oh yeah, all the others are massive, so I can't really show them to you because I can't even see them on my screen at the minute. Oh, this was on the desk in the preserved railway as well. This is, well, I'm not really sure where this is from, if I'm honest with you. It looks like an Australian variant of a 300 series. Is it the Australian 400 series type thing? It's a relatively modern one. If you notice, there's no blank for a drawer in the front, which shows it as Australian. All the British ones either had a drawer or a blanking plate over the drawer, but this has got nothing. So this is either genuinely Australian, or this might be Indian as well. It's hard to tell without going and actually picking it up. But it is Bakelite, I'll give you that, it is Bakelite, that. So yeah, Right, any more for any more? No, I think we've gone through those. Right, I'm just looking into, right, just bear with me a sec. Do it all again. Right, Chris says he's got an Ericsson 706 clone. He says, "Hi Andy, this is a new Ericsson 706 clone I got today. I don't know what the model number is because the previous owner had melted the base where the model number is supposed to be. I have also sent a video of the new phone ringing in this email." Right. Yeah, well, it's an Ericsson clone. I wonder why they melted the model number off the base like that now. Because they have done that. That is true. You will hear a clock is chiming. Right, let's have a look. There we go. Yeah, so this is what Christopher has got. And this is an Ericsson clone. As you can see, it's not got the little circuit board in it for use on the long lines. It's just got resistors basically soldered in, which is a way of doing it cheaper. What is interesting about it though is on the top pictures that you can see there, you will notice it's got like a very fine mesh. What looks like tape is actually a very fine metal mesh stuck over the holes in the bottom of the casing. That is what they call tropicalization, and basically it's to stop nasty creepy crawlies taking up home inside your phone. You know, big spiders and big venomous spiders and things. It's to stop them making their home inside your telephone. But that particular phone, it looks like it was supplied to telephone rentals. If the card in the middle of the dial is original to the phone. But yeah, interesting. Got dial 12 on it, which is good. And it's grey. Most of them are grey. You can get them in other colours, but 90% of them are grey. So that's another interesting one that Christopher's got there. Right, what else have we got? Have I gone through everything now? Is there any more to show you? No, I think I've gone through it now. Yeah, I think I've gone through most of that. So yeah, basically, all interesting stuff. But yeah. So Fat Hobbit's not made a terribly great purchase, we don't think, this week. Christopher's made some okay purchases. Yeah, they're okay. They're interesting. Yeah, a nice 706 clone. It would be nice to see one that's not grey, because I've got quite a few grey ones. I've got some other coloured ones, but yeah, they didn't make them in all the standard colours apparently. But it's very rare you see them. Have I ever seen a yellow one? Can't say that I have ever seen a yellow one, to be honest. Can't say that I have. But what is an interesting variant is if you get a Pi phone. A Pi 706 clone, because they are very different on the inside, and the dials are very different on them as well. We have featured them on here in the past. I have got a couple, but yeah, they are very different. Even the hook switch, the little plunger things, are different on a Pi variant. So a Pi variant is more of a variant than an Ericsson variant is, because an Ericsson one is more or less a 706, but the Pi one is wildly different on the inside. Right, what are folks saying? Chris said, I sent an email showing my air raid siren if it comes through on your side. Yeah, don't think it's come through yet, Christopher, but sometimes they get delayed. If you've only just sent it, it might not be here yet, because sometimes they don't come through for an hour or a couple of hours, or sometimes it's next day even. Dominic says, I remember now, I've sent a photo of the microphone attached to the tape recorder in an email, which may be of interest. Have you, Dominic? Right, let's have a little look, see if we can find that one. We'll see if we can find the one of Christopher's as well while we're about it. Oh, hang on, I pressed the wrong button. That's my problem. I get finger trouble. I end up pressing the wrong buttons. Internet. Right, let's have a little look. We'll see what comes through, shall we? There. Oh, I have got Christopher's air raid siren. Is it going to be huge though? No, it's alright. We can see that. Yeah, so Christopher's got a GEC air raid siren. It says, this is my GEC air raid siren. I have included a video of the siren working. And he has indeed. I don't know if I can play it though. Have a look at the pictures anyway for a start. Where are we? I've got to go there. Got to do that and that and that and that. So here's Christopher's air raid siren. Just stunning, that. I like that. It looks like it's only one wheel though. Some of them have two wheels on. But it's 200 volts it runs at apparently. 0.7 amps. Which is not a massive amount actually, is it? I wonder if that's right. Made in England by GEC Electric System. Brilliant. Yeah. I like it. It's good, that. Yeah. Right, let's see if we can find Dominic's tape machine. That he's sent apparently. So oh yeah, here it is. Right, I've got to get that in the right place to get it in shot. Yeah, this is Dominic's tape machine then. This is a Marantz tape recorder. It takes ordinary cassette tapes. That one actually looks like it's got a button less than mine. Hang on, what's going on there? Yeah, is there a button missing on that, Dominic? Because I'm fairly sure the buttons are not spaced out like that on mine. I'm fairly sure there's just like a row of buttons all side by side, you know, pushed up against each other. So I'm wondering if you've got a button that you've not got. What will there be? One of them will be stop and eject, one will be record, one will be play, will be fast forward, one will be rewind, and one might be pause. So they might all be there. Don't remember mine being like that though. I'll have to find it out. I'll have to fish it out. But yeah, there's a little microphone that comes with it. It's good that it's got the case with it as well, the strap. The leather straps, you could put it over your shoulder. What they used to do is used to put these things over the shoulders. That they are actually quite heavy. They don't look like they're going to be heavy because they're not massive. They're only quite small. But they are actually quite heavy. When you see what's crammed inside them, you know why they're heavy. But yeah, radio people used to use these until just a few years ago. Now they often have a microphone connected to an iPhone. That's how they do it these days. But yeah, it's a nice little unit. That they are a nice unit, but like I say, when they go wrong, they properly go wrong. They really do. So Dominic's hoping to bring that with him to Blackpool. So he might tape some seagulls and things in Blackpool with it. Right, okie dokie. Yeah, so we are moving swiftly through it today. As we said, for anybody who's just joined us, who is interested in coming to Blackpool and coming and seeing us in Blackpool, just drop me a line. Initially, if you've not got the normal email address, I know some of you have got it, but if you've not got the email address, then go here and fill in the contact form, and I will get back to you. Just mark it Blackpool. It's andyshed.corepress.net, and I'll let you know all the details of where we're hoping to be and when we are hoping to be there. As I say, the first live stream will be a week tomorrow on Monday, and we're hoping the first one is going to be around about 12 noon or thereabouts. It is very dependent on a lot of things, on traffic getting there, on me finding Dominic and Gambo. Well, actually, they've kind of got to find me, particularly Gambo. He's got to really find me. Yeah, we will be sorting it out. I'm going to send everybody who's interested in going an email, as I say, probably tomorrow. So if you've not got it by tomorrow evening, let me know, because you should be getting an email tomorrow with the possibilities of what's on. And also, if there's anything you particularly want us to do in Blackpool, if you're going to be sat at home watching the show and you think, I really want to see something in Blackpool but nobody ever covers it, tell us and we'll go and cover it. We'll go and cover it next weekend. So if there's anything you particularly want to see that nobody else covers, let us know. We'll go and do it. We're going to be in Blackpool. I'm hoping we're going to be in Fleetwood as well, because I've not been to Fleetwood for ages, and to be honest, I kind of prefer Fleetwood to Blackpool almost. So I'm hoping that at least at some point we're going to be in Fleetwood as well, where hopefully the sugar will be on the tables. You'll not know what that means. All will become clear a week on Monday. Alright. It's not one of you lot calling me, it's somebody who just junk messages all the time, innit? Junk phone calls and that. And I can kind of see them coming now. Right, let's go back and have a look at what is happening in the old chat. Gambo says, I've nearly bid on a replica 700 type, but luckily noticed it's falsely advertised as retro looking. It's not, and I hate those sellers. Yeah, me too, Gambo. Dominic says, the good news, Mr. F. Hobbit, is if you can get a refund, you can sometimes get hold of a standard black genuine 200 series for about £40 or £50. Yeah, you can. Yeah. because when I initially got this, I thought that's what it was. When I initially got the email, I thought what he'd bought was a black one that had been painted, a genuine 200 black one that had been painted, because there are some of those around. You have to be very careful. Somebody on here bought one, didn't they? A red one. Who was it who bought a red one? I thought it was a genuine red one. It was a black one that had been painted. It happened to somebody. It happened to somebody, and they got in touch with me about it to say, look, this happened to me. I got stung. Just let people know. Wesley says, see if the seller accepts returns on the phone, Fat Hobbit. If not missold, open a dispute with eBay if it was advertised as an antique, because it is certainly not an antique. Even if it was an original 200 series, it's not necessarily an antique. For something to be a genuine antique, it has to be at least 100 years old. Chris says, did the video the siren work in the email? If not, I can send a link to it. I don't know, Christopher, to be honest. Hang on, let's have a look. Let's see if Christopher's air raid siren works. Probably will, but I'll probably have to download it. Where is it? I'm looking for it. Right, well, it says it's an MP4, and I can save the file. Right, save it in the desktop. Right. Is it doing it? Has it done it? I think it has saved it. Right. How do I play that on here? Let's see if I can do it then. I think it's a media source, isn't it? Which will be in my desktop. It'll be a siren. Right. it should show up, and it's not showing up, and I don't know why. Yeah, it should be there, but it's not. But I can make it so I can see it. I've got no idea what's going on there. It's probably because of the format it's in. MP4 format is not very good. Yeah. Right, get rid of that. Get rid of that, and we're back to normal now. So sorry, I can't play that video, Christopher. It has got here, it has worked and got here, but I can't play it. Dominic says it's definitely loud. You could hear it, but I couldn't even hear it. I just know it was playing out over the stream, but I can't hear the stream here. I can only see a visualization of the sound, if that makes sense. Did the video of the siren work in the email? No, it doesn't work in the email. You have to download it and just play it locally. Gambo says, might not have seen the vid, but we can hear it. I'll have to watch it back and see what happens. We'll try and sort it out for a future episode. We will try and sort it, because the video is here, and I've just seen the video. Right, okay, I think that is probably about as far as we go for today. Oh, he sent the link now. To it, right. Yeah, he sent the link to it, so anybody in the chat now should be able to see in the chat the link to Christopher's video of his air raid siren running. Right, that is about as far as we go for today. I think I better go before my computer turns back into a pumpkin. Thanks to everybody for taking part once again. One more time, I will send all the people who are interested in coming to Blackpool an email tomorrow. Bills, if you are watching this and you're interested in coming with us, get in touch with me again, because you sent me like a YouTube comment or something and it disappeared. It just disappeared out of existence. I don't know what YouTube did, but it just vanished. So get in touch with me again. Ideally, send me a thing on the contact form that you'll find andyshed.coldpress.net, and just click on the contact us thing on there. Right, that is about it for now, and indeed for this 15th series of Andy Shed Live, and they said it wouldn't last. We will, as I say though, even though it's not an Andy Shed Live as such, we will be with you again next Monday live, not this coming Monday, not tomorrow, but a week on Monday. We will be with you Bank Holiday Monday, hopefully live from Blackpool. Yeah, which should be an absolute cracker of a show. As I say, it will be streaming on multiple different platforms, but please use the YouTube chat that day, because if everything else goes wrong, we might be able to stream using a YouTube app if all our normal apps that we use go wrong. So it's kind of belt and braces thing. That's why we're asking you to use YouTube next week, just for that one particular day. And we will hopefully see some of you there. Just keep your fingers crossed we get some nice weather, because if it rains that day, it will put the mockers on it a bit, to be honest, if it rains that day. Because Blackpool is a bit grim in the rain. I've been there many times in the rain. It is a bit grim when it rains. But yeah, hopefully we will be able to show you some of the more interesting bits of Blackpool, probably some of the bits you've never seen before. If you don't know Blackpool at all, you're in for a treat, because it's just a bonkers place. If it's a place you've never been to, you are in for a treat next Monday. As I say, there will be multiple streams, hopefully, throughout the sort of afternoon on Monday, all starting around about 12 noon, hopefully around about 12 noon. But as I say, find Andy Share on YouTube in advance and click the notifications thing, so when we do go live you get a little ping to tell you that we are live. Once we're on, I'm hoping the stream will stay on, but when we take a break, I'm hoping that it will sort of stay up with like a little caption card on that says back at such and such time or something like that. That's part of the new thing that we're trying to make work. So I'm hoping that might happen. But yeah, we need new versions of various bits of software that we use, and that's why we've got to basically dismantle this computer that I'm doing this on now, because it's got to have all new software on it before next weekend, to enable us to do what we're wanting to do. So yeah, we'll see what happens next week. So yeah, be ready for the big Blackpool special, taking place a week tomorrow from 12 noon. But from me for now, have a fantastic week ahead, everyone, and we will see some of you in Blackpool next week. Bye for now, everybody. Bye.